Hello, everybody. It's time for a tarot reading. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am still trying to spread my cards nicely. Knight of Swords in reverse. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands in reverse. Queen of Pentacles. Huh. Okay. My first reading of the day that wasn't full of major arcana cards. Yeah. Seeing me struggle. Two of Swords. It's so interesting because you have the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Because both of them are supposed to signal speed. So, the Knight of Swords is the fastest card in the tarot, right? The Knight, it's like impetuous energy, like young man energy. So, already very excitable. And then it's Swords. So, air energy. So, really, really fast, but it's in reverse. And then the other fast card in the tarot deck is the Eight of Wands. So they're supposed to look like arrows hitting the earth. So very fast, but it's in reverse. So this is talking about something that is supposed to be fast, but instead is becoming very slow, or at least it feels very slow to you. And there's emphasis because it's two of them saying the same thing. The Seven of Wands to me feels like you're struggling against something. But what? Feels like you're rejecting something. That's also what the Two of Swords is telling me with the blindfold. You're fighting against something, you're rejecting something. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So normally, to me, this feels like generosity, sort of. Like you have material wealth, obviously, and you're kind of enjoying it. Like even here in this card, it feels like a very lush background. Like she's full, she's surrounded by life, she's surrounded by abundance. But I don't think you see that. Again, the blindfold here for the Two of Swords is really speaking to me. Like, whereas the Queen of Pentacles is looking lovingly at her coin, right? At her abundance and looking at it and like appreciating it, right? She looks like she's looking at it lovingly, tenderly. You don't see, and you're having a hard time deciding. Well, huh. Okay. To me, what this feels like is you are caught up in a struggle mindset. What does that mean? I'm Filipino, right? And so if you're like me, then you grew up with this whole mentality of you gotta work hard, you gotta work hard. Ugh, you gotta study hard and then work hard. You know, you have to fight for every little thing that you're gonna get. No one's gonna give stuff to you, you're gonna work hard. And when you get your first job, you're gonna prove yourself. But before that, you have to fight against hundreds of other job applicants. You know what I mean? Like, there's this idea that it's like you're crawling through mud. Like you're in an obstacle course for the army or something, and you're being asked to crawl under mud, under like barbed wire. Have you seen exercises like that? You know what I mean? Like you're going through this really really hard course, and you have to fight for every inch. Like, oh, struggle, fight. That's what it feels like. You were taught to view the world as this. Like um, every single dollar or peso that you earn has to be bought with your blood, sweat, and tears. And even as you're watching this, whoever you are that the reading is meant for, you're like, yeah, yeah, of course that's how it is. That's how it is, of course. No, it's not. Ooh, I probably triggered some people, and that's okay. All right. You've probably, I don't, or who knows, I'm saying you've probably met, but you may not have met, but who knows? I'm very blessed because I was able to meet and, interact with, become friends with, work with people from so many different walks of life. And that includes rich people. And I don't mean like bougie middle class people pretending they're rich. No, I mean like really rich people, right? I have no delusions of grandeur. I am not rich. Okay. But I was able to talk to really rich people, right? Do they believe that they had to fight tooth and nail for every single dollar that came their way? Fuck no. Yeah, and maybe you're thinking, well, that's generational wealth. Their parents had to have worked hard for it, so it came to them. Their grandparents had to work hard. Like they're reaping the rewards now, but somebody down the line had to like earn so much money and work really hard for it. No, maybe. How do I put it this way? If you come from a country outside the US and then you've never lived in the US, then you have like sometimes, and I'm not saying all, but many people have this mistaken idea that all Americans are rich. And I lived in the US for a very long time. Okay. I lived, worked, and studied there for a very long time. They're not all rich, that is true, but there are rich people there. And even those who are not rich, like let's say middle class people, in the US, some of them just have really comfortable lives, even if they're not working hard at all. They just feel like it's normal, it just comes to them. And you're thinking, well, because they were born in the right country and so and so and so and so. Yeah, yeah. But look, I challenge you because of this reading. If you are watching this reading and for some reason you feel like it's meant for you, right? There's something about this reading that is calling to you, okay? I just want you to ask yourself, what if that's not how money works? What if I don't have to struggle for every single dollar or every single peso? What if? What if sometimes money just comes? And so I also want to kind of go into the flip side of this, right? Because I've also seen what happens when you you lived this whole struggle mindset, right? Like you gotta work for every single piece of money. I never have enough money. I need to work some more. I need to do all the overtime. Oh, I need to not take vacations. I need to cash in my vacations. I need to work more. I need to do a side hustle and a second side hustle, a third side hustle, right? Okay. Let's say you do all that, right? And you finally get the money and you finally become successful. Like previously, you said, if I earn X amount of money, I'll be successful. When I buy that big house, I'll be successful. When I buy my dream car, I'll be successful. Whatever metric it is that you set for yourself, whatever benchmark it is for success. When you reach that, do you think you'll finally feel rich? The answer, my friends, is no. Why? Because you're still stuck in the struggle mindset. You still think, well, okay, I have this money, but like inflation, that means it's not enough. That means I still gotta work more. You know what I mean? Or you're like, okay, fine, I have my dream car, but I didn't know any better. That dream car was only good for when I was young. Now that I'm in the big leagues, I see that the real dream car is XYZ. Now I'm going to get XYZ next. Ooh, struggle for that next. You know, I don't even know if this is making sense to you, whoever you are, but it's like if you're in that struggle mindset and if you're constantly in this mindset of lack, like you don't have enough, you have no money, you have to work for money because you have no money. There will come a time that even when you have stuff in your pocket, you have stuff in your bank account where you look like you're set, right? You won't be able to let go of this need to keep working because that's all you know. Like right now, what I see for you is just this. You are working very hard, very, very hard, right? Because you're like, I don't have enough money. I need more money. I need more money. I need more money. And you're like, I don't understand why it's still not coming to me. Why isn't the money coming to me? Whereas you should be looking at what you have right now and appreciating it for what it is. And what do you have right now? Youth, health. Let me tell you something also about the US because I lived there for a very long time, right? Although a lot of people have health insurance because of their jobs, right? Health insurance doesn't cover everything. So let's just say that you worked really hard, you exhausted yourself. I know people who, um, like lived in their cars so that they can keep working, right? Like they don't even have time to go home because they're working 2 jobs, 3 jobs in a day when, technically they should be at home working 3 8-hour shifts per day and they sleep during the night shift, that type of thing. What's going to happen down the line? You're going to end up getting really sick or having an injury and whatever. And whatever you earn isn't even enough to cover your health expenses after your health insurance. However good it is, it might not even be good anymore these days, right? After your health insurance pays out whatever it pays out, the medical debt, the bills that you have left aren't even going to be covered by all the stuff that you earned by basically killing yourself while working. So it's like, is it worth it? You know? And I know these questions kind of sound cliche, right? But like, when you're sick and you ask yourself, right, like, would you rather have X amount of money or would you rather be healthy? People be like, oh, I want to be healthy. So you're healthy now. Right? Or when you're, let's say, 70 and someone asks you, would you rather have this amount of money or be 20 years younger? And you're like, I would rather be 20 years younger. You're 20 years younger now. You're 50 and below, so what's up? Like, we don't think about that because we're so caught up in this mindset. This is the blindness we're talking about, the blindfolding. The decisions that we make, Two of Swords is about decisions, right? The decisions that we make are based very much on this struggle mindset, on this lack mentality. And it blinds us, you know? So, what's changing right now is that there are people in society now that are basically saying no to overworking themselves, right? And of course, they are being faced with a lot of judgment and criticism from people saying, "Oh my God, they're not doing anything. What's going to happen to them in the future? They're worthless right now because they're not working," and stuff like that. But look, maybe these are the smart people because they're looking at what they have. They're looking at time that they can be happy. They're looking at time that they're young and they're healthy and they have the ability to travel. Or and for some people, when they think of travel, they think of Europe or other places that are far and expensive. No, you can travel to the town next the town next to you and just enjoy that. You don't even have to travel sometimes. It could be traveling within your mind, it could be doing meditation, it could be, you know, expressing yourself creatively, that sort of thing. Trying new things. Yeah, I feel very much like this reading is about being super frustrated that your hard work isn't paying off and not understanding that the reason this is happening to you, because you're probably thinking, I don't understand. Why do things happen so easily for other people? Like, I know somebody who just started their job a few months ago and now they're being promoted. Look at me. I'm always here. I'm always working hard and I never get the promotion. Nobody likes me. Nobody understands me. I keep working hard, but blah, blah, blah. Why is the world like this towards me? You are creating the world, my friend. The world shapes itself around you. I have some hopes for you because I feel like you're watching a tarot reading, which means, you know, you're aware of the spiritual nature of things. So I know that you're going to understand this to some degree, right? The world treats you the way you expect it to treat you. And so if you face the world with this idea that I have to work so hard for everything, then you really do have to work hard for everything. Whereas there are people who like face the world thinking, I am so lucky. Everything just everything does things. Oh, what? Everything happens the way I wanted to. Everything turns out the way I wanted to. The universe conspires to help me, and then it does. So before I read the Oracle deck, I just want to share this thing. I saw this little snippet of an interview with Anya Taylor-Joy. Let me say it again. Anya Taylor-Joy. So she's this popular actress right now, right? I first saw her in Split by M. Night Shyamalan. She was really good there. And of course, since then, I've seen her in a bunch of different things. So, yeah, apparently she used to tell her mother, even as a child, that she's like, well, one day it's just going to happen for me. I know it's hard for other people. I know it's hard in general, but it's just going to work out for me. I just feel it. And so she said one day she was walking in heels for the very first time and she was walking her dog. So she was walking in heels because she was kind of preparing, like practicing for a party that she was going to go to. So, when you're like, whenever you start wearing heels, right? Like you're not going to be good at doing it right away. So she kind of had the right idea. She was multitasking. She was like, I'm going to walk the dog and I'm going to practice wearing heels at the same time. And this is the first time she ever wore heels, right? And there's this guy who starts following her in the car. Of course, that could be super creepy, right? And so she starts running away from him. And then the car keeps, you know, coming after her. And he starts talking to her like, hey, wait, I want to talk to you. Of course, this could have gone horribly wrong, right? And then the guy gives her a card and says, like, I'm an agent. I think he's not just an agent, I think he was like the owner of an agency or something like that. And the next day she went to a modeling agency with her parents and she became a model. And then later on she became an actress. It really is that easy for some people. And I'm not saying it's guaranteed to be that easy for you, but at least open yourself up to the possibility that you do not have to suffer for everything because other people do not. Sad to say, there are many people who suffer for everything, and there are people who do not. Who do not. It doesn't always have to be that hard. You know? And the more we open ourselves to the possibility that things could work out for us, that things could be easy for us, we are kind of training or signaling to the universe to treat us that way. When we have expectations that things will work out for us, the universe responds accordingly. On that note, we will pick some oracle cards. It's time to release negativity. Yes, sir. Remove the idea that you have to kill yourself with work. Release the idea that you have to suffer every day. Release the idea that everything has to be paid for with your blood, sweat, and tears. Accept instead the idea that you can get lucky. Accept the idea that the universe is always helping you, that things are always working out in your favor, instead of things taking too long, instead of doors being closed, doors being slammed in your face. You're like, no, I can be lucky. I can have things work out for me. Sometimes it is easy. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Thank God. So once you get over this mindset, right? And also the idea that things take too long. I have to earn it. I have to suffer enough number of years before it works out for me. Sometimes things happen instantly, girl, or boy, or person, I don't know. Once you accept this idea, the hard times will end. Okay? I like the fact that it's a Capricorn. Goats are very stubborn. That's what I feel about you. You were very stubborn for a long time. It's the end of that, okay? Okay? Things can be easy. Things can be so good. You can be so lucky. Right? Practice those affirmations, my friend. Thank you so, so much for spending this time with me. If you were helped by this video, please press the like button. Let me know in the comments what you think. Hey, talk to me. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.